Welcome to the Daily Plunge. We are in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 16, verses 1 through 17. Now, what the people of Israel hear, that they're supposed to have three primary celebrations during the year. And the first one is that they observe the Passover. They observe when the Lord, their God, delivered them from slavery and death. And so it talks about how they're to do this. Remember how God redeemed and saved you, and you're to have unleavened bread, which was the bread of affliction, right? He says. And you're to rejoice about what God has done in that place where the Lord chooses to place his name, so that you remember, you're recalling that you are God's people. It's the sense is that they're reconstituting themselves every time they do the Passover. They're reconstituting, not just that looking backwards, they're saying this is who our God is now. And one of the things is when they talks about getting rid of the yeast, it takes a month to grow yeast. And so it's not just for a week that this is happening. They're going to be living the after effects of this for 4+ weeks. So you live into that. And then it talks about the Festival of Weeks and the Festival of Tabernacles, are sometimes interpreted as booths, but they really are more like tents. And what's the focus there? Well, it's rejoice in the blessing that you are receiving from the Lord your God. Both of these have to do with harvest, about how God is providing for them with an abundance from agriculture, but throughout their lives. And it's about worshiping God, seeing that his name has power. And so they go to the place where God says, and they are to share with each other the blessings that God is providing. They are to have a huge potluck, a huge feast when they do this. And that they are to especially take care of the vulnerable and to provide for them. And he speaks about giving a free will offering in the Festival of Weeks that would have been in proportion to how God has blessed them, right? And so you've been blessed a lot. You're going to have a lot more to give and to share. And as they're eating and drinking together in the Festival of Weeks and in the Festival of Tabernacles, it says God will bless your harvest work. And one of the things that this is really saying is don't show up empty-handed but instead, come ready to share what God has given you with others and to have a celebration, celebrate God's blessings. And so the people of Israel, the people of God, are commanded, think about this, they are commanded by God to be people who party, okay? We are to celebrate with joy what God is doing, and not to come empty-handed, but to have full-handed celebrations of God's provision and with joy, and to be a festive people. That really is the calling of the church, that we're not supposed to be dour and sour. We should be filled with joy and celebration, because God is blessing us each and every day. Well, thanks, friends. Have a blessed day.